Many people, when they've had enough, will drop their loved ones off in skilled nursing or rehabilitation facility to stay and not come back to get them. Hi, my name is Dr. Natalie Jones, and I want to definitely reply to Honeybee's response on my original post where I talked about skilled nursing slash rehabilitation slash hospice. She says, it's sad when they've been left there, but unfortunately, some of them have worn their loved ones out and have burned too many bridges. This is becoming a more and more common occurrence where people do not want to be bothered with toxic parents, toxic moms, toxic dads, but also, too, siblings or spouses. I think spouses is definitely becoming more and more common. So people who, got treated like crap in their marriages, they're done and they are quick to get rid of their husband, and I see more husbands there than I do see wives, or moms. Not to say that it doesn't happen, but when people are done, they will typically drop off their toxic mothers and fathers and not return again. They don't want to be involved. The next time that they may want to be involved or be notified of anything is when, something happens. Either there's an urgent or emergent situation, or that person dies. Culturally speaking, I've seen this happen a lot more with white people and white families. However, I will say when I was working in it, other cultures were starting to, I don't want to say catch up to that, African American, Hispanic, and Asian, with Asian being the least that I've seen this happen with. But again, it's starting to happen more and more where people want to live their lives. They've kind of gone through the ringer with a mom or a dad, or a spouse, a cheating spouse, or a spouse that just wasn't good to them. And they're like, I don't want to be bothered with it anymore. Just call me when it's time to bury this person. I don't want to be bothered. But that happens quite a lot. One of and other dynamics, and I could maybe do a separate post on this, is like, sometimes when family members are payees, or when they are the guardian, such as in conservatorship or something like that, those people are can be a little bit more involved, for the simple fact of financial matters, and typically they try to cut down on finances or how much money is being spent for certain things. So it's always interesting, when family is involved, especially from the financial aspect of it. If that person has like a huge trust or something like that, and a family member is managing that, there's a whole slew of dynamics that go along with managing someone's money. But, yeah, people are definitely tired. They are definitely fed up. They no longer feel obligated or pressured or guilt tripped into taking care of someone, or they start to feel very resentful, like, shoot, I've spent, most of my life taking care of you or chasing after you for the bare minimum in a relationship. I refuse to sacrifice this portion of it. Of course, I've seen this, again, in the facilities, but I've also worked with a lot of caregivers or people that, again, continue to feel that guilt until the end of life, and are still a self-sacrificing lamb, and will still continue to show up. But more and more people are tired. They're burned too many bridges. They're tired of rescuing. They're tired of spending money. They're tired of feeling obligated. They're tired of being underappreciated. And most importantly, they are tired of being abused. And so, I would say be careful how you treat people in life, because things can change in an instant, and often do, for people who have head traumas, who get paralyzed, who get shot, who, you know, have AIDS related complications, all sorts of things that can cause a person to be incapacitated or debilitated in their health. And you want to try to have as good of a relationship as possible with people that are taking care of you. If you do not, you're pretty much at their mercy at the end.